These headphones cost $22.
Yay!
These headphones cost $220.
Damn good deal.
These headphones right here cost $2,200.
No, this could be explained.
So this is kind of insane, I know. Why in the world would we be reviewing headphones that cost more than $2,000? I mean, this have to be some sort of like studio quality cans, right? Nope. These are the Hed Unity, that's H-E-D Unity. And they're consumer grade headphones that in a lot of ways are really stunning. They're world firsts even, but they also are in a lot of ways really infuriating. Should you ever consider spending this much money on a pair of headphones? I'm Phil Nickinson, this is Digital Trends, let's go do this. Actually, before you do anything else, be sure to like this video. I'll know if you don't, I can tell. All right, now subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. Again, I'll know if you don't. And now, check your bank account, because here comes some $2,200 headphones. All right, so what the hell are these things and why do they cost so much? Two reasons, really. And first is that they are really well built. These are some stylish, seriously well-designed headphones. Not quite to say maybe Apple levels, but these are some really good-looking cans. And they sound really good. We'll talk more about that in a second, though. So that's one big reason. The other big reason is that these are the first Bluetooth headphones to also do audio over Wi-Fi. So why is that a big deal? Think of Bluetooth and Wi-Fi like hoses, okay? Bluetooth is a tiny little garden hose. You can only fit so much water through it, and really what that means is any audio information you're piping through it, that data has to be compressed, and that means it's gonna be lossy. You lose information, it's just not gonna sound as good. Wi-Fi, it's a much bigger hose, and that allows for high resolution, lossless audio. So why have we been using Bluetooth all this time when there's something better out there? Well, one major reason, Wi-Fi takes a lot more battery, and when you're talking about headphones and earbuds, there's only so much battery you can pump through this thing. The Hed Unity hoped to change that. Now let's talk about the hardware first and we'll get to the audio in a second. All right, let's look at the headphones themselves. They are not small. In fact, they're kind of big for cans, as you can see if you put them up against, say, the 2023 Beats Studio Pro, or even my several-year-old Sony XM3s. They're maybe not huge, but they're definitely not small. Now, the buttons are pretty standard. You got volume, play, pause, and such on the right, and power and noise cancellation on the left, and that's it. Now, despite how big these things are, they are pretty comfy. The cushions on the cops are really plush, and the headband doesn't dig it at all. Now, the headphones are light. They're about 15 ounces, just under a pound, or about 70% that of Apple Vision Pro, if you want to worry about wearing heavy things on your head. Bottom line though, I tell you, I don't hate wearing these. They're actually really comfortable. Now, what I do loathe is the case that they come in. It's massive. It kind of looks like if the spaceship from the 1986 classic Flight of the Navigator had a baby and that baby was headphones. It's a mostly hard shell that's definitely gonna take up some space in your bag if you take these things traveling. And actually, let's talk about travel for a second. There are a couple of reasons why I didn't take these with me on a recent trip across the country to Los Angeles. First is that, yes, that case is huge. Space is at a premium. I might even have to check these. Will they fit in the overhead bin? Yes, but $2,200 headphones. Don't leave them up there. That's bad. Here's the other reason. Inside of the case is where you'll find a little pouch with USB-C adapters, and that's fine. That's good. You gotta charge them. You can even use them, plug them into your phone and listen to audio that way. Great, fine. However, in-flight entertainment still uses 3.5mm headphone jacks mostly, right? There is no such cord in these $2,200 headphones. That's insane. That is so cheap. And frankly, I'm not gonna go dig one out. Between the size and just that dumb lack of a cord, they're not coming with me. Otherwise, really beautiful design, and they're comfortable. I like that a lot. So that's the hardware. Now let's talk about the audio elephant in the room. So over Bluetooth, the Hed Unity sound great. I wouldn't kick them out of bed for eating crackers, as people around here say. They say that, they do. But Bluetooth isn't what we're here for. We want the Wi-Fi and we want the lossless audio goodness that comes with it. And for that, we're gonna take you into the Hed Unity app. Now there's nothing especially special about the app. The setup process is fine, connecting it to Wi-Fi is fine, and there's really not a lot else going on in here. You get battery, you get EQ, you get ANC, and you get firmware updates buried in all the settings. All right, fine, that's pretty normal. Where things start to get weird is when it comes to actually playing lossless audio over Wi-Fi. There are a couple things you gotta ask yourself, or more importantly, ask the apps you're gonna use. Does the service itself, does the app support playback over Wi-Fi? And does that service provide for lossless audio? Because not all of them do. So Tidal is one that checks both boxes, although it is far from the most popular music app out there. But, and this is where things get weird, as I've been testing things and using it, I've only gotten it to play files back over its high audio level and not the full max lossless level. I don't know why. It's weird. There's also another app called Qobuz, Qobuz. In fact, you get, I think, 3 months free with it when you buy these headphones, and that's kind of the least they can give you, right? Now, Spotify makes it easy to play back over Wi-Fi with Spotify Connect. That's actually not new, but here's the thing. Spotify still doesn't have lossless high-res audio. It said it's gonna do it years ago, and as of early 2024, we're still waiting. So, yeah, this whole lossless space is still kind of a mess. And by the way, that doesn't change the fact that initially I had a really hard time getting music to play back over Wi-Fi at all. I don't know if it was a firmware thing. I don't know if it just didn't like my router going through my home Wi-Fi network, and mine's gonna be different than yours, right? So that's kind of hard to nail down. Or maybe it was just something else, but I let it sit for a couple weeks. Maybe that made it happy. And lately, it's been just fine. Things have been playing back perfectly. So that kind of brings me back to, I think, the through line of high-res audio in general and the Hed Unity in particular. So at some point, chasing audio purity can lead to diminishing returns. You can drive yourself a little nuts trying to figure out if an app supports Wi-Fi, if it has lossless audio, if individual tracks within that service are available as lossless, or if they're just a lower resolution that probably still sounds fine. And then there's that whole thing like, did this work in the first place? And it didn't for me at first. It took a little while. For me, this is what it all boils down to. Headphones should just work, full stop. It should be simple. You should have to connect them to your phone or whatever you're listening to, and that's it. I don't care if it's Bluetooth, I don't care if it's Wi-Fi. I just care if it works. If I'm buying headphones that literally cost 10 times what most of us are buying out there, they better work the first time every time. They need to be easy. It just needs to work. And that's before you get to the question of whether they even sound 10 times better. These are $2,200 headphones. If you can really tell the difference between lossless Wi-Fi on these and something that costs $300, $400, $500, go with God, my son. I cannot, nor do I care to, just not enough hours in the day. Nor do I, for that matter, have $2,200 to spend on headphones in the first place. I am going to be just fine with sending these back and using my plain old Bluetooth headphones like a peasant. Headphones that, by the way, are much smaller and much easier to use and much less expensive. So that's it for the Hed Unity. Look, guys, they're $2,200 headphones that are a lot of work to use. So if you want to tell me why lossless is the way to go and my ears are just all screwed up and I don't know what I'm talking about, fine, go do it in the comments. Just be sure to like and subscribe first. Otherwise, I can't read them. It's the way it works, you know. Namaste.